Hello. Can you hear me? My mic looks a little blurry, right? What the hell? What the hell is my... Yeah, it's blurry. Hello? Does it not focus or what the hell is up with it? Right, sound check works at least. Let's see, why is camera blurry? Let's see. Oops, clicked the wrong thing.
Oh my god, another
Yeah, I
one.
haven't changed anything, so I'm not sure why it's blurry, but I'm gonna see if I can find it. Mr. Millie, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. The Prime. Up. Just gonna... Yeah, I noticed it's blurry. I don't know why I haven't really changed anything, but I'm gonna take a quick look on the camera. Maybe this helps.
Oh my god, another one. Another one.
Another one. But no, it doesn't update. What the hell? Strange. Yeah, in the broadcast thing, it's solid, but not on this. Let's see if we can. All right, I just refreshed it and it seems to work. Odd. All right. There we go. Should be fine, right? All right. Wednesday again. Yeah, thank you, Anuxa. Just reset it. Something strange. But yeah. Morning. Yeah, so Wednesday again. It feels like Wednesday is here almost every day. And yeah, we were discussing if I should stream every second Wednesday, perhaps, to have a little bit more time to prepare and have something interesting, and also so it doesn't feel like it's almost every Wednesday. Hey, brother, Odwin, Audwin. Ranger boy with the cool sentences. The cool kid, you know? The cool kid. Yeah, so obviously, since Elementalism went live, it's been a little bit rough, right? We had quite a few incidents, some various attacks and random shit that is quite common, sadly, on most online games. So obviously it requires us to spend more time on dealing with stuff like that rather than the actual game development. But it is what it is, and it's something that we are quite used to in the past, and it's something we just sadly always have to spend some dedicated time on also, next to everything else. But yeah, Sebastian and the team have been killing it. They've been working hard to make the game as good as possible, as stable as possible, and protect the players and the game. And yeah, we're doing everything we can, obviously, to have that as good as possible. And it's awesome to see, even though through some of those hurdles. We see more and more players joining in, so that is awesome to see, and we're happy to have you guys bring them in, you know. It's awesome to see. Yeah, sorry. All the stream are scheduled for Thursday. What? No, so in the past we had Thursdays, right? But we moved them to Wednesdays, if that's what you're asking. Slappers Joe, thank you very much for the subscription. 21 month, crazy. Great job on fixing the patch and fighting the DDoS. Keep it up, man. Thank you very much. And the team also, thank you guys for tagging along and supporting. And, you know, hopefully we can all enjoy the game as intended. All right, so yeah, we also follow up with some hot fixes, both stability-wise, polish-wise, but also a few things with elementalism that should have it in a better position. And I have to say, it's awesome to watch you guys figuring things out, finding the ways, and starting to enjoy the new content such as elementalism. Seeing some really cool videos that you guys created, and it just looks like a blast when you recorded those and have those in-game battles and cool happenings. So the team watched them and we all enjoyed them very much. So thank you for sharing. How was your day? Started quite early as usual. It's hard to relax and sleep when there's a lot on the schedule. But yeah, I've been working on quite various things, everything from TC to obviously security, talking to governments, FBI, and all kind of regulations. It's always something, right? Part of the day. You never know. You never know how next week's gonna look depending on what happens. But it's interesting. It makes it interesting. Sup wool socks. The fireworks and steals from our proud elements are quite pleasant indeed. J45K, welcome. Divine foe. Is the potential for spells like fireball to have such large AoE splash damage, and for that damage to completely penetrate objects like house walls? There may be some follow-up on some things that may not go through walls and roofs, so there may be some following up there. But yeah, some of those spells, you know, they are slower. It's some AoE, and it's harder to, you know, make effective use of them. But obviously one of those balance counters are AoE and type of cost and all that. So, so yeah, it's meant to have quite a decent AoE. Obviously that's a skill, you know, you can hurt yourself or friends and foes, so you have to use them wisely or, you know, skillful. But there may be some follow-up on some of the calculation when it comes to walls and roofs for some of the spells. When you're showing TC, I'm not sure exactly when, but I do plan, as I mentioned, to show some of that and also go through a little bit more about the rules. Yeah, I will have to plan one of the upcoming streams to dedicate towards that, so we can dig deeper into that. Keyboard crumbs, Blister was just scared you were gonna kill WoW. And had to do something. Seriously though, no DDoS or haters gonna kill support for you and the game, brother. The people have spoken and they love Mortal 2. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, we're a small independent company. Obviously, we don't have resources as the giants, and we just want to deliver something unique and fun that is quite different from the mass MMO on the market. And that, you know, if we can do that and we have a growing, healthy, good population enjoying that also and want to support that, that's why we are here, right? So yeah. We actually have a FBI apartment in Sweden as well, that we co-work from multiple countries. So I didn't know that until quite a few years back, when we were working with them back then, also to actually get some justice by one so-called hacker, and with some collaboration with another company, that person got jail time. So you know, with persistent hard work, there may be justice in this world. But even though that, you know, you never know, it's a challenge. But yeah, obviously we do everything we can to protect the game, the players, and you know, everything. I'm relaxed. T-boss. Great. Wikis. Thank you for the bits. Don't you touch my fireballs, they are perfect. Yeah, we don't plan to change a lot there when it comes to the spells. Like I said, there's a few things where it doesn't make sense, where there should be some collision, you know, that you can use as a defense. So those are the things that we may follow up on. But yeah, overall, you know, we don't plan to do, obviously, major changes when it comes to how the spells works, cost, and so on. We wanted to start carefully, make sure there's some proper use behind these spells, obviously, both for PvE and PvP, and also the future TC, obviously. So yeah. And the feedback so far have been great. A lot of people are enjoying it, so seems to be a good one, a good school. As progression on Molda bags, armor coming. It's going quite well, I have to say. Some of the armor work have been a little bit slower than expected. Some of the complicated things, like if you imagine a plate piece, the heavy armor, going from the torso down over the legs, and we have to figure out how we reuse the same type of armor type for all different pets in the future. If it should be physical based calculations on some of those pieces, or manually animated, and also when, you know, obviously with all the different animation, if it clips through or just breaks the armor. So it's been a little bit of a struggle. We have some new animators working on it, but it's progressing in the right direction, and we should soon have the Mulva armor set finished finally. And as mentioned before, we have a pack of bags that is also ready for quite a few animals. So it's progressing. Is our TV, Henrik? To be honest, we are addicted to your weekly stream. We need our fix. You know, if you enjoy them, obviously, like I said, I always try to do them. You know, sometimes I think, well, are they really interested in a random stream without, you know, proper plans and preparation to show something spectacular, which we obviously understand is more exciting. But like I said, I do enjoy spending some time with the community, hang out, go through some discussions, questions, and just relax, you know, chill. So you supporting that, and obviously I will continue. 7 damage, a fireball, kind of high. I mean, like I said, some of these spells, the initial reaction was that, okay, they're useless when they were quite slow, and you couldn't really practically use them other than surprises. So we obviously been working on trying to make them somewhat effective, skillful, and also be useful. So like I said, we got a lot of good feedback so far. It's quite usual we get a very strong amount of feedback when something is, you know, quite off the chart or bad or completely underpowered, you know, useless, stuff like that. And so far, everything so far been that they're really excited and have fun with the spells. Obviously, there's more to explore, right? There's more to come in the next upcoming patch. So we're careful when it comes to changing the balance at this point, when people just got around with them. I find Ella pretty balanced right now. Good to hear, good to hear. And can we expect some exterior decor for our houses and stronghold? So with TC, you get a first batch of constructions and services you will be able to hire, build, and construct and assemble around your base to build a city from small to grand. Along with this, also obviously come some of those options. But you also have to be a little bit more specific. What do you mean with exterior decor for the house? What are you looking for to place on the house, you mean? Just so I get a example. I mean, this list can be infinite, right? So that's also why always over time we're going to be interested in hearing what would you like to have on your constructions or cities over time that we want to add to the game. Hey, Grandpappy, here I'm really enjoying the new content. Always love looking over my shoulder while mining. That's a good thing to do. You never know when it's Max in the back. Henrik, long time listener, first time caller. When are you going to change Cave Camp and John Camp Priest back to being red? It's still to have lawful priest and in an... Oh my god, scared the bejesus out of me. In an unlawful zone. Fitty Gaming, thank you for purchasing one of our Mortal Online t-shirts. Thanks for such dedication to the game. I'm quite new to the game, but I want to be part of the journey it brings. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And that goes straight back to the game development. So thank you. So we haven't really touched anything when it comes to laws, priests, etc. due to some very certain reasons, which starts with TC and kind of gets its final chapter with the Epic Game Patch. We're going to have specific zone rules, city rules, nation rules, system tied to all of this. And with TC, you also can construct your own priest locations wherever you build your base. So quite a lot will obviously change. And it will be put more in the hands of the players. So that's why we don't want to fiddle around too much when we have this major component going in very soon. Two minimum houses and there was no spot safe from fireballs. Yeah, so obviously if you're shooting on the wall outside, there are some things that obviously the walls should counter and resist, and those are the things that I mentioned that we are looking into a little bit. I know, right? I just got him. Leave Elemental alone for a bit. ATS Gamer. Permanent ritual table. Yeah, the never any question, which obviously understandable. Now when things hopefully get more back on track for the whole team, we can discuss those things that are not, you know, have been the most critical things to attend to. We know that there's obviously a lot of players that want a permanent ritual table for housing, etc. And we will try our best to have them pinpointed somewhere in the upcoming patches. I can't say exactly when at this point. We need to clear out a few things. That was the main reason why it couldn't be added earlier than later. So we will revisit that, and as soon as the team have gone through it and given me the information I need to answer it, I will be able to do so. Yeah, right now it's super enjoyable being a miner while people are picking them to see if they have even got anything. Clay change bites for me, and I have another clay that is frozen at 98. Had points, have unlocked, no parent skill locked. Why isn't it frozen already? Had no response from GM. I can't really say, you know, again, someone like a GM needs to go through to see if they can help to, you know, use the tools and go through your character. I can't really say. So that's more a question for support team or GMs, and they should be obviously helping with this. Some regions for elementalism are quite expensive to craft. Do you think there will be an easier way to bring them in the game? I think it's a little bit too early to say, right? We have fine-tuned some things, more options have been added, so we're quite careful, you know. Let it sink in a little bit. I'm quite sure after a while you'll be able to buy everything, and you know, obviously depending on how much of it, the price will follow accordingly, right? So we will see. Obviously, if there's a huge issue balance-wise, costs, or too few options to gain some of them, we will look into that for sure. Will there be more trinkets effect for both action and profession points? There will be many more trinket types. So we only added the sorry, the first common type of trinket, like a baseline trinket. There will be many different types that are also clade inspired, coming from different clades in the game, and they will have different types of powers. So yeah, you will see many more for sure over time. This is just the first batch of these types. One more preview. I can maybe show that next time. Let's see. Play the Mika song. It's good, eh? Buzz PT. It's good. The only bad thing is it does mute my VOD afterwards, right? So you can't really push them, save them and push them after the stream if I'm talking, and if I have some of those songs in the background, they mute everything then. Will the rest of the maintenance be released before TC? I can't say exactly. So we're working on one group after another one, and as soon as we have specific parts done, we are planning to patch them pretty much as soon as possible. We just want to feel as safe as possible when it comes to balance and cost and distribution, so everyone can enjoy them when we do deliver them. So there's no issues making it more struggleful to get them. We had a few of those cases before, right? Belson, thank you for the subscription. Are trinket drop rates being adjusted from fishing PvE? It feels really bad. Players are more encouraged to fish than fight in dungeons to secure the most valuable community in the game. So one of the things that we set a little bit, you know, obviously with purposely, is that there are currently 5 tiers in the game, and you can only fish the low tier, not medium high tier. Medium high tiers obviously in more dangerous places, dungeons, bosses, different humanoids and chests, stuff like that. So if you want better things, you can't fish those up. There are some rare, decent trinkets, but not the medium high tier trinkets. And that was the plan with them. The only thing that I think that we were very careful with the common value and drops on the medium high tiers. Very carefully, purposely so, because we didn't want to flood the market with the best trinkets in the world. But we have looked at them and they're quite rare. There are not many in the game. So over time we may want to nudge that drop ratio up a little bit. And you will see that there are quite powerful trinkets out there. We're simply following up on that over time. But they're meant to be obviously quite rare. And over a long period of time, the market of the game will see these becoming more and more commonly, obviously. What does the team feel about Magic Reflect? It is super fun and awesome. Haven't you seen the video and response from the community? We're quite happy with how that they work actually, how you would consider it to work. I wasn't sure that we were able to do it that well, but it actually bounces and reflects as you imagine with a mirror. Pretty cool. So we're quite happy with that, and so far, again, the feedback have been pretty spot on there as well from the community. Can we get an update on when to expect next batch of elemental spells? A little bit too early. A little bit too early for that. We've been quite distracted. I mean, the various team developers have been working on their spells individually, how they're supposed to, but leads and so on have taken quite a lot of focus on other critical parts lately, as you've seen, but slowly, obviously, we hope to be able to go back to full focus and following that schedule. Am I very behind, guys? Got a killer beard. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. As gonna hate, but we will play MO2. Natalie me. Can you explain what measures are being taken to stop these DDoS? Understand it's not your fault, but it's frustrating nonetheless. Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, but we actually worked day and night on it and made huge progression. Obviously, DDoS have been a thing for quite a long time when it comes to online services and games. Obviously, it's a common thing when it comes to attacking different services, websites. I'm sure you all have heard about it. You know, there's only a few things that can be worked on and focused on to help and improve that. And that is obviously to make sure that we can handle that type of flood of attacks. And there's some different ways of doing that. And we've been working on that very hard. Obviously, we are communicating with our host and Steam and everybody that are somewhat involved in these types of connections. And I'm very happy that we have made great progression, and I'm sure you have noticed it since our last patch. A lot of good things have been improved. So we do everything that are, you know, expected by us, or the only thing we can do. Working on that, along with obviously making sure we take action also against criminals, such as, you know, people doing that. So we're doing what we can. Let's see. I think I'm quite behind, right? I'm answering quite slow here. Undead Dan, thank you for the subscription. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for the stream. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Really enjoying MO2 so far. Wired Death. That is awesome to hear. So I'm gonna jump down a little bit because I think I'm a little bit behind here. So sorry, yeah, shit, I'm way too slow, guys, sorry. I'm jumping down, so I'm not talking about something that you already got a response on, or I'm way off. So I'm jumping down, so sorry. I thought I was up to date, but I'm, holy shit, 5 pages off. Sorry. All right. Okay, now I'm up to date. So let's see. I'm trying to speed up my my responses here. All right, let's see. Oh, new house designs. So, yeah, I don't know when we plan to add new house designs, but yes, we do plan to have some of the different clade-inspired structures. I can't say when, but that is something we plan to do eventually. And new about CPU bottleneck fix. Not really, no news. We have done some things in a few patch, some of the later patch. We are working on the big step over to Unreal Engine 5, along with some improvement on the CPU bottleneck. So you should see some general improvement when it comes to that types of performance.
Oh my god, another one. Another one.
murder titles coming. We have quite a lot of titles. We have a long sheet of titles. We just need to pick a bunch of them and throw them in every now and then over time. So I can't say when and which one, but yeah, there are a lot of them on all kind of things. Mathematizer, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Absolutely love the game. Thank you for everything you guys do. We definitely appreciate it. Question, and any thoughts on sliding, adjusting the tower shield weights? We have quite recently made an adjustment on the tower shields to put them a bit more where they're supposed to be, and also so there is room for the kite shield that are coming later. We don't plan to do any other changes right now. Longer balloon. Thank you for the subscription.
Oh my god, another one. Another one.
Redicus, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Server crashed. The server is running, but obviously, like I said, we have been on attack for I don't know how long, so there could be additional lag or some issues. It's something we've been working on quite a bit and working to improve and have it hopefully in a very good state as soon as possible. New Ms. I do love this game. It's my preferred addiction. I know it's difficult right now with attacks on your server. Just hang in there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We will absolutely hang in here. Why these people attack DDoS your game? I don't understand. 2 City. It is just what it is. It's internet. There are some cool kids out there and some criminals out there, just like in real life. And they just wanna sabotage for other people, just like there are random people wanting to do that in the world. It's sad, but the reality. And all kind of websites and services and games out there have their taste of that type of crap, sadly. And it's just something that needs to be considered always, pretty much. What is Star Wars dev team working at this time? A few different things. Obviously, security #1, stability. And then in the background, we've also been working on obviously TC, as you know, for a while. Slowly progressing there. There are some that are also working on finalizing effects and balance for upcoming elementalism. So those are the main things, I would say. Why do I keep getting kicked from the server? Yeah, as I mentioned, there are still criminals trying to sabotage, as I mentioned. So, you know, it is what it is. We are doing what we can. We're working with the host, and hopefully it will be under control, that it won't affect you in the same way as it does now. So, yeah, sadly, we have to bear out until we have gone through the whole shenanigans, you know. Yeah, no, the server is not crashed. It's the traffic, right? So the typical DDoS, when traffic is not filtered the right way, legit package and stuff like that can become an issue. and that can drop the clients. So yeah, it's quite sad, but they are working on it, and hopefully things will be better soon. What the providers saying about the DDoS? No, it's just a common thing. You know, we're working closely with them. We have very good contact with them. We have been working with them for many, many years. And we are refining things and improving things to make it as good as possible. So it's just, you know, work, and we will get it there. Chinul, how about make it that elementalism don't need criminal action, so people won't abuse it to jump in to give more accounts. We discussed that. The problem is these are real projectile based, right? From quite slow projectiles, a lot of AOA in almost all of them, to a little bit faster, less AOA. The problem is if you turn that off, if there's a group fight, you know, will it magically not hurt your friend next to this criminal when it's a AOA, like earthquake, and also it's earthquake, right? It works the same way. So it gives us a quite tricky circumstances when you disable the whole function that we built for the spell. But yeah, obviously we understand that shooting them risk someone, you know, can jump into those projectiles. But it's also strange because you can have blue blockers. What if someone jumps in and block those spells so they can't continue hitting the targets you are, you know, going for? It, you know, it's gives us a strange situation. So that's why they are working as earthquake. It's the same rule currently, but we will see if there are some spells that could work the same way as without it. So we will see.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Mad King with the donation, thank you very much. Where the hell did that message go? All right. Wait, where it just disappeared on me. Right. Could add some horses to south of Kentucky area. The area doesn't have a horse spawn within 30 minutes walking distance. The whole area has nothing placeholder for something good. So I mapped out the entire Mildown world. We have a few hundreds of creatures, mobs, humanoids, a lot of mount types that will be spread out on Mildown to populate it better and more and have more wildlife, which also, like I said, includes mounts. So it will happen. I'm not sure in which one, but there will be a lot of them going in for the epic patch also. We're a small community and we don't bother anyone. Why do people feel they need to attack us? Yeah, you know, it's just sad. There's no answer to that other than the person doing it, obviously. But like I said, it's criminal actions. It's just like, sadly, the world have a lot of criminals and odd things. It's just sad, right? But yeah. Seeing for us. I don't know.
Oh my god, another one. Another one.
All right. Bayfear, thank you for the subscription.
Oh my god, another one.
Oh my god, you're killing it. You're killing it. Channel with the 10 gifts. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're killing it. And Traxton83, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it.
God, another one. Another one.
Glad the game is around. New Miz, thank you for the bits. Appreciate it. Alright, let me jump down again. I'm falling quickly behind here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of things here. Sorry for that.
Oh my God.
Love the game, Henrik. Thank you for all you and your team have done. Animal care and veterinary feels underwhelming. Any thought of maybe increase in both? I'm not sure. We have to take a close look if that is something that seems to be off indeed.
Oh my God, another one. Another one.
Another one. Are you going to restore the items in players' accounts who had deleted? As the gym doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, they're working on it. They're working on it. As I said, we've been quite busy, and we are mapping everything out, and we're gonna go through it all. There's a few things left. We just need some time to cover some of that. But yes, absolutely, we will do what we can. How many patches left until TC? So the next general big content patch is the TC patch, right? But we don't wanna save fixes, polish, or like I said, the elementalism groups, important things, and just crank it all forward to put it all in the TC patch. So we're gonna have more shorter sprints whenever it's necessary, like here's some magic spells, here's some fixes, along the way up to the big real content patch, which is the TC patch. So I can't say exactly how many small patches there will be before TC. But yeah, obviously, like I said, we've been working on TC for a long time. There are various components tied to TC. So yeah. Chinel, when are we getting the overhaul of Ritualism and Permanent Circle? Yeah, I commented on that a little bit earlier in the stream. And so I need to have a discussion with the coders that are involved in those specific areas, because there was a reason we couldn't have it initially in the first patch where we meant to, due to some AI behavior and such. Now we have some of those components, but there's still something that just wasn't automatically allowing us to add it. I don't know exact the status there and what it requires and time-wise. So we simply need to have a meeting to go through that, now, as soon as things are slowing down to a more normal rate for us, hopefully soon. And then with that information, I should be able to answer that question better. Hotkeys, emotes. That's a good quality of life things that we want to add for sure. The question is when. Do you hear my mail? Sorry, yeah, I have it running in the background. All right. Need my tornadoes. Indeed, we need them. Indeed, we will have them soon enough. Shit, bulla med moose. What? Got some Swedes in here. Can you tell us what's coming in the next update? Do you have a sneak peek planned? I have some sneak peek planned, yes, but not in this stream. I've been very distracted this latest week, so I don't have anything prepared in general for this one. But soon I will have something interesting to show. The next content patch is TC, as you know, as you can see in the roadmap. So that's the big thing, the big guns, and it is really the big guns for cities and so on. So there's gonna be a whole new type of long-term gameplay for those that are interested in constructing cities, running them successfully, either closed or public or open or whatever you want, and maintaining those successfully or unsuccessfully. And there will also be components that are giving players options to reinforce things, and by holding certain things in the world, having them under control. And there will be a never-ending fight for control over these. And it doesn't mean all in, all out wipe, but more smaller casual from small groups to large group, I guess. That will promote a lot of interesting things for those that want play interaction conflicts. So yeah, there will be a lot of those things finally that a lot of people have been wanting, obviously, since day one. No, the servers are not down, but we are getting DDoS, sadly. So yeah, like I said, we're working with the host when it comes to that. So hopefully soon things will be better. So if you get disconnected or such, it is because of that. So, but we are finding the systems. We are slowly progressing, and hopefully it's gonna be good soon. There's no subscription enabled at this point in time for a few reasons. Stability of the game, obviously. Right now we have some, or had some, quite major server issues. So we have a certain amount of polish and bug fixes we want to cover. We have a few specific content areas that we want to add to the game as well, that are important components for the game, both for new players and old, which is new player experience, zone rules from unlawful zones to lawful zones, more task refined system that also promotes a criminal system better along with this. And yeah, TC, obviously, construct cities, siege cities. So those are the main things. And along with this, you will also get Unreal Engine 5. That will give us a few cool goodies along also. New hosting servers, when? We don't. We're quite happy with our hosting servers, and we are working with them on a high level to deliver the best MMO service we possibly can in the world. Yeah, so we won't be able to make the guild the guild logo emblem system or dice system for TC, which is obviously a little bit unfortunate when it comes to identifying friends from foes on the battlefield. But what we can do is add a few more of these banners with different colors, so that could be an option, right? But yeah, obviously we want to add those systems as soon as we can also, so you can run in fashion and style unique for your guild and group, right? Any fixes polish coming for guild memus? Memus? What is this memus, Antios? What is this memus? What you're getting in TC is a big update to the social window, which gives you the kingdom tab and the guild tab with more refined, exciting information about your guild members that you will be able to run a successful guild. Battle banners. We will give a few colored battle banners. We'll be able to set rest permission on the priest and Equus. Yes, you will have specific rules that you will set in these building and services for your priests, bankers, and so on. What are your thoughts on players purposely making the game as miserable as possible for new players? Obviously not good, right? And that responsibility falls on us, right? So obviously that's also one of the components that I mentioned before, that when we want to hit the Epic Game release. We want to make sure that a new player that starts in a new starting city should feel somewhat safe. There will never be a magical component making it impossible to attack or make a theft, but we will make sure there's heavy guard protection in those starting locations, and also patrolling guards, outposts, an area of the nation control that allows them to have some control and also affect your standings with them if they do crimes or annoyances in those areas. Whenever you go further out, you may obviously leave these nations and zones and areas and patrolling guards, and that means there's nothing that flags in terms of murder counts or any stuff like that. And then obviously you can venture into someone's territory and their city, and that's obviously up to their city's rules depending on what they set up there, if it's for protection for anyone or if it's a closed down section for anyone. You know? Will it be an EVE style security apparatus? Yeah, similar to EVE Online. There will be security from high sec to null sec. Yeah, you could say that pretty much, depending on where you are in the world. A little bit different though, because obviously it's a little bit another type of game when it comes to first person, real-time action based and stuff like that. But yeah, it's EVE Online have always been a great inspiration for this game for a lot of things. Obviously Ultima Online also, one of the big games that we were heavily inspired of. But there are some good stuff from some of those golden gems. When are we getting more character slots? Let us pay you. So, yeah, the never-ending question. Thank you. The same response still. Sometime after we have delivered our very important big milestones, that's when we can analyze both, have the community interaction to see how is the upcoming roadmap going to look, what do you want to see first, and one of those may be the Diva system that we may want to revisit and see how that could fit and work. So it's still on that step at this point. Do you lift? I do lift. I try to, as much as I have time for. Veteran points when? I would say that that's also on the community interaction roadmap decision. We want to see what you want to have first in the game and make a prioritized list based on that in some of the different gameplay groups areas. So we are sure that we're giving the stuff that most players want earlier rather than later. The veteran system obviously allows you to make your character even more advanced. You have more tools to refine it, more skill points. So obviously it's gonna offer more character building along with that system. Guns and 8-pack, please. J45. Not that type of stream today, Jake. Henrik hates me. Why, snubber? Why? Did I miss something? Boats is one of those that you have as an optional votes for the upcoming roadmap. So we will have to see. Diva system requires more slots on the account. So the short idea behind the Diva system is that you have like a sibling character attached to your account. So you have two options to play two different builds, but they're aligned with each other. So you can't just be like one evil thief on one and then in the other opponents on the other character. So because like I said many times, we want reputation, name matter in the game, so you can build that reputation even if it's a evil reputation or a good reputation. But you know, you can make a name for yourself in the world. And that's one of the beautiful things when it's one massive world. Yeah. All this time later, I still don't understand the name Diva for this system. So, long time ago, me and Mats were discussing a lot of the different design, and we early on also wanted to make, you know, name and reputation matter. How can we offer more player style options, but still connect them to one reputation identity, you know? And the name behind that system is the Diva that Matt's come up with. So, you know, we've been calling it the Diva system since then, pretty much. But yeah, obviously a confusing name if you don't know what it ties to. That's dumb. Characters should be allowed to have one evil and one good character. So again, you're misunderstanding what we mean with when it comes to, of course, you know, you can do whatever you want, right? But there are some, if you have a sibling, just like in real life, if you have a brother that is a pure asshole that wrecks you and your family's reputation, do you call that dumb? Or is it just logic? You know, we're trying to build up value in the game. I hope that makes sense. Because with value and valuable game interactions, both good and bad, we get a better game experience. That's just how it is. We need better points in better locations so people roaming the world more. You will have that with Epic Game Patch. We'll have a few hundred, even 1,000 stuff added to the world, from creature humanoids to points of interest and loot tables with improved functions. So the last names matter. That is one of the components, right? We don't use it right now, as you noticed, but it's there saved for the possible Diva system. So we will see when we have the time to revisit if that is one of the big components. All right, let's see. So, as I mentioned before, I'm doing my best to keep these streams effective and not too long and dilute them. So if there's something valuable or interesting in the stream, it should be easy to find it, right? So my target is around 2 hours per stream now, and thank you guys for helping me reach that goal and aim. So now when we're past half the time, maybe it's time to move on to this little baby. What do you say, guys? What do you say? So that means we can start the MO2 giveaway. So if you type !MO2, you will be in the list for having a shot at this. And action means taking stop the day use attacks. Yes, very much so. We've been working day and night, sadly, to protect the game as much as we can. And we're making progress. Bear with us. You can't see your last name currently in the game, no. So yeah, indeed, I hope you didn't pick something stupid. Is there any upcoming terrain changes that will destroy a player structure with no reimbursement again? What I mean with upcoming terrain changes? I don't follow. Well, 2 giveaways have started. Only 2 hours to the giveaway, boys. Let's go. Come on, man. Come on, man. I know I'm a little bit slow, but come on, man. I'm doing my best. But yeah, I'm aiming for the 2-hour mark, and let's see. So obviously, not the giveaway for the 2-hour mark. I will give it a moment. While we chill and cover a few questions, perhaps. Can you make individual stores chests have different passwords so all chests have security? A friend had all stuff stolen, doesn't know who, because all new password. Yeah, we understand that, right? So a few things. Along with TC, you're gonna get full rank power. So we're looking to give options for password ranks, which obviously gives you the means to, you know, put new members or whatever that may be on the lowest and only give them casual chest access, for instance. And obviously by that you can, you know, iron out who shouldn't move up in rank, you know, stuff like that. I also want to, you know, make a friendly reminder. So there are stuff in this game where you can play a thief, assassin, a strange criminal in within the game's boundaries and rules, right? It's part of the excitement and danger and risk reward and all that. So right now you can set a password without any minimum requirement, which means if you type hi as a password, you know, it's a risk that someone crack that by typing hi. So just a friendly reminder is that if you use a few more letters, it's very much harder to guess them, right? Obviously we debated in the team if we should make it like a website, like you need one special character, one large, one small. It becomes a little silly, right? Because both two things. One, it doesn't really fit the game, and two, you know, it's a gameplay thing, just like in Rust, where someone could actually use a password, find a password, or so on. So it's just a friendly reminder, something to consider. But yeah, there will be more tools and options for you to have good control, right? That makes sense. What's going on, boys? Killock's in the house. Henrik, my bank went chickaboom and devs gave me the finger. What? No, we don't give fingers here. I'm sure that if you make a support ticket from a website or contact Discord or make a petition, they will communicate with you and do what's possible to help you. Obviously, I can't look into that, I'm afraid. But I know the team is working on several steps currently. They could be a little bit busy, but they will obviously respond as soon as they can. Relax. Come on, man. We all know it's 2 hours till you pull the giveaway. Come on, man. Come on, man. Play, relax. Take it easy. My throat is not there yet. But I'm almost recovered from my little cold. That's why my throat is not 100% yet. Whoop. So Diva is like a soul. You actually have one physical body, but there is 2 souls that can live in the body, and you can switch between those souls. We're not 100% sure yet. There was a few different options how we would portray this. So we haven't really gone deep into, you know, the final conclusion of what that means. The general is just that you may be able to play 2 different character types without re-rolling, you know, by being connected with the Diva system. Like I said, it's something we would have to revisit and see, does it fit, will it work, and is this something we're happy with, and will it be aligned with our general vision and goal with Mortal Online that is quite inspired from Star Wars Galaxy's one character per account, that, you know, obviously promotes more player interactions, and you have your style, you choose what you enjoy, rather than like in the first game, I make 2 other characters that just do boring things to supply my main. We want to offload that from you and hopefully promotes play interaction with friends and guilds and broker systems. You know, it's good. TC badge sounds more as a housing badge. No, Krakow. Completely, utterly wrong. But alright, if you think that's what it is, go ahead. Go ahead. I won't stop you, Krakow. Krakow the potato. Henrik's house password is definitely chickaboom. You never know, Maximus. QWERTY. IDQFL. IDQ day. Do you know what type of password those are? Do you know? Yes, GMs will assist if there may be something wrong with your skill points. A quart official. I hate you. Your game is addictive. Could barely stop playing it and start working. I'm sorry, but also happy at the same time to hear those kind words. Hello, Henrik. What are the secondary plans for development for the next 6 months? Secondary plans? What do you mean? What do you mean with secondary plans? We have primary plans. Stonefara. Okay, Henrik. LOL. I'm not sure which one you're referring to here, but alright, lol. When the Mulva bag's coming? I can't say when. In one of the upcoming patches for sure. Maybe a small one, or at latest with TC. Please fix the game. There are more bugs in this one than in MO1. Not really true. MO1 have more severe core issues that doesn't allow the game to expand and have a growing population. We have bugs, yes, and we have a good list of them pointed out, and absolutely, that is one of the important goals, to remove them all for the Epic Game release, and obviously quite a few of them also for TC. But we have a good plan up for the big milestone. I'm not sure when kite shields are at these points. A wagon going to be out before TC? No. So we added... that's why we need the bags for the big pets like Mulvas, Campadons, because you're gonna need heavy carrying goods abilities with TC. It's one of the supply line run system trade routes that absolutely requires either wagons or heavy creature carry abilities, which, you know, such as Mulva Beast and Campadons. Those are one of the most powerful creatures that can carry a lot more than a horse, or you would have to run with an army of horses, and that may not be really practical. So later will be the wagons, which obviously makes that even more powerful. Henrik, you already have a nice voice. You only need to sing the words in your voice. G-Man, G-Man. Thank you for your subscription. Are you going to let Roma have a hand in ritual rework? A lot of us are worried about having community manager have design decision for a game we love so much. No, so I want to make it clear, right? So all staff members and community members and all the different positions have very specific positions, responsibility and focus, right? And when it comes to game design, balance decisions, it's only a few very specific developers, game developers, that are responsible for that. Romo is obviously our great community manager that will help offload me and the team to pass information, updates, collect, feedback and questions from you if there's any concern or issues. He will also help collecting that. Obviously, we all collect a lot of that, but the goal was obviously to have someone helping us and me to offload a lot of things that simply would suffer a little bit if we couldn't have a community manager helping with that. So I think he does a good job with all that. But that obviously doesn't mean that he's a game designer or game developer. He doesn't do any game development or stuff like that. He doesn't have access to it. So I hope that makes sense. GG, well played. Thank you for the prime. When the Mulma bag's coming? At latest with TC. That's all I can say. We have a few small batches leading up to it with fixes and elementalism stuff is the plan. I don't know how many times we listen to Relax, take it easy in the last few days. Just a few times. Relax. I can't take that pitch. My throat is boom. Chicka boom. I would call the Diva system the companion system, where you have like a character squad attached to your guild. Yeah, or a sibling, right? Something like that it could be called. When you add a dual arena, you can 1v1 and 2v1 etc. in queue up. Yes, Fat Master. So we have some really cool game design plan for the arena system whenever we pick that. So that could be one of those on the upcoming roadmap where you say, okay, these are like 5, 6, 7 big areas, and then there are maybe 5, 6 small areas in different types of gaming experience categories. Everything from PvP to PvE to crafting to whatever it may be, right? And this system could be one of them. So if we see a lot of people want to have arena system that have a lot of different things tied to it, such as you can sign up with betting or ranking. So it's actually the emperor keeping track of the outcome of it. So you can actually like go in a ladder system and rank to see, I'm the best one-on-one in the world, and the game says so. That's pretty cool, right? And you may have a title, and even the emperor may name you, and the citizen will respect you a hell of a lot more because you're the famous gladiator champion. And they will even listen to this, they will even salute you in a one-of-a-kind way because of this requirement that you have achieved. A little bit similar to the nation standings. Depending on the standings, they have different types of response to you. It's a really cool system, and they have it verbally voiced. So everything from one-to-one to group versus group. We also plan to possibly expand it with player versus creatures. And you can bet on it, and you can play ranked. So it should be a really cool, fun for those that want to show their skills for the world, you know? So if that's something a lot of people want, it may, be up there on the next roadmap if it's something, like I said, majority want to have earlier rather than later. And it's hard to say over the time because sometimes things changes, and also obviously when we deliver those that were most wanted, what's next, right? And that is why I think the community interaction is interesting to see. Here are the choices. What are you interested in? And then let's see what you guys want, right? Stain, Henrik, are you angry at the community for not being patient around the DDoS incident? No, I can never be angry at the community. I mean, the community feels at the same time as, my children, if that makes sense. I mean, Mortal Online is nothing without the player base and community that are here for various reason and something they like about the game. As long as they follow our rules and obviously don't go over those rules that make it impossible to communicate, then I will never be angry at anyone, even for negative and positive feedback and criticism and everything like that. All I ask for in return is having a civil way of discussing those, and also, you know, respect the response. So no, I mean, obviously I can never be mad for that. Obviously I'm more mad at assholes ruining things, being criminals and assholes in general in the world, right? It's just sad. Little us trying to offer something unique, you know. But I'm very glad for those that reach out and are patient and understand that, you know, there's only so much we can do, and we will get there, right? We will get there. We will never give up. And it's exciting to see a lot of things coming into place, you know, big components that we've been waiting for so long. You know, one of them obviously TC. Capacity, performance on servers is supreme. We can have a much greater player base and large battles without server issues, as long as we're not DDoSed, obviously. And it's awesome to see, even though we've gone through these types of days with quite some issues, we still see a growing player population. A lot of people want to play it. A lot of new players find it out, and they seem to enjoy what they see so far. Even without TC, Epic Game, Unreal 5, this new starting experience, and in general, bug fixing. So obviously that's a good sign, right? That makes us motivated and excited and happy. And hearing the response from you, backing that, is obviously a solid thing. Bounty hunting is one of those that were a little bit of an experiment, because we actually didn't think it would work. We thought it would be a more abuse system. But since we added the first component to really see how it could work, it was a big shot. We actually see that, yeah, this can work. A lot of people enjoy it, but obviously to fully enjoy it, we need the rewards and the options that makes it more pleasant and rewarding, right? So that will absolutely be one of those components that we want to update a little bit sooner rather than later, because like I said, it's one of the few, I think only experiments that we wasn't sure of at all if it could work, and if it weren't worth it or interesting or working at all, we would just scrap it. But it looks like we can expand it and make it more enjoyable and keep it, right? We need to talk. Get better hosting, get some response to GMs. This game is perma beta. Thank you for your feedback. I'm too negative recently. Tell me it's going to get better soon. Justin, you know, patience is a virtue. Virtue. You know, the only positive thing is if it's too tough for you, you can always take a break, right? I can't take a break when it's too tough, because this is my life or work. Same with the team, right? And we will be here. So that's what I can tell you. Don't worry, we will be here. We will make it happen, and you are welcome at any time to play the game. I hope that helps. It's not balanced decisions. Do you mean bounty hunting? No, it's not. You know, the key component to make that work, we were very unsure of. But we see that it can work, so now we can add those components, if that's what you're talking about. I may be missing something else. True. Probably get this question every week, but just for my satisfaction. Oh my god. How is the Unreal 5 transition coming along? Is it something you work on continuously or on the side, or more something that is pushed to after TC update? No, it's absolutely something that has been worked on simultaneously for quite a while now. I'm getting more and more certain that we will be the first large-scale MMORPG in the world running on Unreal Engine 5. I can still be wrong, obviously, but that's what it's more clearly are looking to be the case. We're progressing on a daily basis, so we have various developers that are working on different things. A few of them have been working on Unreal 5 for quite a lot, because it's also, with that switch, you get that content also in the Epic Game patch, right? So various improvements, visual options that makes the game look super next gen, some performance improvement in some areas, and along with new content comes in that patch. Other question, are you planning to use Wise or F mod for the audio on Unreal 5, or we use C++ custom integration? I'm not sure at this point. So we have one person that are our audio pro, sound pro, that obviously will look into if there's anything we want to change there. So I can't say for sure. Dude, so the giveaway, so I can lay down. Is it time, guys? I guess it's time. I hope he waits 3 hours. Come on, man. Come on. Patience. Patience. I would love to see a video of you and your development team talking about the full division of Borderlands 2, new continent, ships, warfare, and underworld, and lore about the game. Broca, thank you for that. So a lot of these Q&As, they kind of offer over time a lot of those things, right? Because I get so many questions that concerns those areas in questions, right? The only downside with it is that there's always some crazy madman that thinks that when I say that, it should be coming in the next patch or the next 2 months, when obviously that's not the case when it comes to all the future work of Mortal Line 2. So what I want to say with that is that, so Mortal Line 2 is a marathon, it's not a quick race. It's not a grab for some attention. It's here to have a solid foundation from the Epic Game release to a very exciting future with upcoming features and content that just keep on evolving and growing, as long as we also have a player base that does that. So that means there will be many years in the future when we work on this game and just make the game even more exciting. So eventually you don't have to pick a MMO game. You just say, let's play MMO, and you jump in Mortal Line 2 because it offers everything eventually. That is the pure grand sandbox vision we have for Mortal Line 2. So there could be a lot of players today that aren't interested in Mortal Line 2, but they may be interested in the game when we deliver a very specific gaming feature that they are looking forward to. One of them could be an example, the boat ship system. Be a pirate, sail the seas, discover hidden islands, and find sunken continents, and just go for PvP raids on these ships. Fish treasures and sea monsters. Sea of Thieves players may be more interested in this game whenever we tap into those features. But again, there are many of these big features that can take a lot of time to develop, and there could be many of them that are on the upcoming years, multiple years. So I try to make that very crystal clear, because there are always some lunatic or troll that says, oh my god, Henrik is lying because ship was supposed to come 1 month ago because he said that in a stream. No, I responded on a question. Are we going to have ships in the system? Is it planned for? Yes, it's planned for. I wrote the design for the ship system many years ago. The question is when we will fully develop it and put it into the game, right? So I hope that makes sense. So often we talk about the visions and long-term goals and future goals, future features. And it's always a struggle for me to make sure it doesn't get taken out of context. And obviously that's on me, right? So I try to do it as good as I can. Ship this week. Right? Next week. Boom. Yeah, so absolutely. And yeah, when the time is right, there may be some stream session that I can co-host with some other developers and discuss these different things, right? So you don't only hear it from me, obviously. Robma said end of Mars. No, Robma don't state dates, and nor do I. Jake, you know that, Jake. Oh my god, Edwin bought a Mortal t-shirt. Hot damn, emote when. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. We need a hot damn emote, but how the hell does a hot damn emote look like? Can you tell me? How does it look? Okay, Jake, listen. Jake, listen to old Greg. May I please ask that when you are going to patch or restart the service, for example the weekly restart, that a message is posted in Discord that the service will be down for maintenance at this time. I'm not saying days in advance, like just 12 hours or something. X. Good suggestion. So we do write in-game message. I think, I don't know if it's 20 or 30 minutes or so before that happens. And yeah, maybe we can have something similar in Discord. So the thing is, Discord only have a small percentage, believe it or not, of obviously the player base. So obviously we always need to make sure we give the right information where everyone can see it. Discord have all the hardcore players and some more, which is cool, and direct communication for a lot of those hanging in there. So we obviously promote that. But yeah, it's never wrong to have the same information on various locations, right? How do I buy a t-shirt? If you click on my stream on where is it? Yeah, it's about under my stream, right? There's some options there. And one of them should be the Mortal merchandises. How did the hot damn emote look like? Full icon. I see. It was unavoidable, I think, for DDoS to happen. Did you learn a lot from this negative event? Do you feel more prepared for future attacks? I mean, 100%, right? So every time when shit happens, there are always often something good out of it, right? Either from experience or learning or whatever that may be. So we obviously always try to make the best of the situation and benefit from it at the same time. Obviously, it wrecks a little bit when it comes to schedule for certain developers because they need to do other things that they are not planned for. But we are adaptable for that and handle that because obviously there's always a high prioritized order of stability in servers and player base in the game, right? And yeah, absolutely. We it's something that we were gonna do in a certain way, but it kind of happened sooner rather than later. You know, I could say. So it's not that bad to getting free attacks testing, actually, rather than that we have to pay for that, actually, which we have done and also have plans for later on. So getting some of that for free already, you know, we take the opportunity to make use of that. 50 minutes. Okay, yeah, 50 minutes before the server weekly reboots. Henrik's storytelling voice, neat. Dabbing emote, when? Is it not too modern for Mortal Line 2? I don't know. Scroll down, alright. And can you add marriage to the game and marriage couple get more experience when cladding together? That's a cute little feature, Jake. It's a cute one. But wouldn't everyone be married then? I believe the spirit of his question was make weekly restart the same time every week so we know to expect. Yeah, obviously we have a system for that, but yeah, we've been tweaking and changing and updating that kind of changed that a little bit. But absolutely, we want to make sure that the weekly update should always be a regular time, so everyone knows, it's that time of the day, right? That makes sense. So yeah, absolutely. I don't see it. Is you enjoy over here? Apex. So I'm gonna jump down one final time, and then I think it's time to roll the giveaway, guys. Because yeah, getting a little bit overdue with it as usual. Henrik, please a mug with your face saying chicka boom. I buy it for work. We will see. We will see. Let's dab. Are you dying? No, I don't think so. I hope so. Not. Right. Henrik, how come it's so hard to make friends in this game? Anybody hates me. I just want friends. Jake. You're a little bit too crazy in the game, you know? If you tune down the craziness against everyone you meet, then you will get more friends. It goes hand in hand. But you know, we know that you like craziness, so you know, that's up to you. But craziness also comes with, I guess, some suspension. And you're gonna get more fear craziness suspension with TC patch. So just wait. Wait for that, and maybe you can get more friends by not killing the noobs, you know? You know? That bastard killed my horse! That bastard killed my horse! Remember, Jake? Remember? Chickaboom. No, there will be a good system in place for some of it coming in TC and the rest of it in Epic Games that will bring some nice worlds balance to craziness, new players and veterans. I think we're all gonna benefit and love that. Chicka boom! Alright guys, it's time for the giveaway. It's time! Let's roll it. So, good luck everyone for participating in this week's giveaway. And I wish you almost a Merry Christmas. What the hell is the word I'm looking for? I'm so happy today, I love it. Killux, you know, even through hell of time, all you can do is smile back at life and hurdles, you know? Bastards can't take you down, you just get stronger. And you know, well, good things running for us, so there's another reason for also to be happy. And almost, but not quite New Year, exactly. Alright, good luck everyone, here goes. Good luck, everyone was the word I was looking for. Strangely, I almost converted that to wish you a Merry Christmas. Alright, good luck, here goes. Let me put that button on. Where is it? Alright, it's time. Good luck. Merry Christmas. Ah. Ooh, the juice in the neck ain't good. Congratulations, Bottle with Toaster. You won. CM Bative Toaster. Rigged. Who the hell? Who the hell? Jake? Who the hell? Who the hell? I say rigged. All right, let's find that toaster then. Fine, let's find him. Combative toaster, are you here? Are you here, my friend? Are you here? You have approximately a few minutes before the reroll happens, because you have to be here. That's the only rule. He replied recently. All right, so you should be able to find our DM. Yeah, great. He's here. He's here. All right, let me find that code. Chica code. The Chica code, eh? There you are. Congratulations, competitive toaster. Are you a veteran or noob? Veteran noob or a semi-veteran or a semi-noob? That is the question. Toaster is getting red. Henrik, what about adding any type of blessing system? So getting to a monastery, getting for amount of money, a percent of loss protection for items, of course, you pay again. So it's an incentive for solo players and newbies to risk themselves a little more. Robase, let me think about what you just wrote. I need to embrace those. So you're both competitive toaster, both new and old. That's a trick one. Either you're old or new. And someone got another mortal tea. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. A blessing system. We will have to look in the upcoming list of things. We have so many features, right? And when I present those, when you have the community discussion, I'm sure that will iron out how the couple of upcoming months gonna look. So we will see. We will see. You know, there's a lot of good suggestions, features, quality of life that we may embrace and think that they fit the game, they fit our design, and we love it. Thank you for sharing. Sometimes it's you know obviously hard when we are so occupied focusing on TC Epic. The big components we know we all need it, we all want it, and it needs to be there, and also needs to meet that requirement to feel that we can feel quite proud of taking the commitment and also enabling the subscription. Hopefully be able to grow, and also you should also feel that I'm excited more to have reached those milestones, and now we have those goodies we've been all waiting for, and now the world is an oyster at our hands. You know? Do you see what I mean? Blessed does not drop on death, soulbound. General theme park idea. Binds to your character so no one else can use it. Indeed. Indeed. So we have our few soulbound blessed items, right? And you know which ones. The newbie stuff and the stuff. World is our oyster. Holy macaroni. It's all right. Henrik, why do I lag so hard? Well, as mentioned, we are still under a sadly DDoS attack every now and then. Been so pretty much constantly since a few days back. We are improving things, we are gonna deliver, we are gonna reach what we are working on. And hopefully you won't lag as much if that's what it relates to. No, I had some strange sounds in my other program, so that's what you hear. But it's closed off now, I think. So it should be good. It should be good. Is it strange that the DDoS attack happen every time there's a new patch? No, it happened constantly since almost a week ago. Constantly since. They just simply thought, wow, I'm gonna attack Mortal now and shit where I sit and do my thing, and been doing that for a few days now. It's possible that GV are DDoSing MO and MO DDoS GV games have a lot of come on, no. I mean, at least from us, I have a lot of colleagues in the worldwide when it comes to game development, from small studios to large studios, and we all respect each other and know what it means to make a game, from single player game to multiplayer games to MMO games, which is a complete madness of its own in challenge wise, especially being small. So no, I don't think any game that would sink that low and sabotage almost indirectly for themselves in the future. I wouldn't think so. Need a Skåne server ASAP. You wouldn't benefit from it. We're close enough. We're close enough here in Skåne. MO2 I know nothing about. Jack trades. Why? Tell me why. Whenever sub comes out, will it be through Starvault or will it go through different programs like Steam or Epic Games? So we will go through our world-leading payment provider as one of the main options as it looks right now, which means we will never host any sensitive information from any of our players, customers, not even names, nothing, right? So we will only be dependent on the biggest in the world that are best what they are doing and rely on their security. So you can feel completely safe when it comes to paying for our game, because we will not handle any of that. We will not request any of that information ever. So you will know more about this, how that will be handled, and what those options are depending on where you live in the world. Can we have fireballs or even weapons that can breach doors? That only takes like 50 wood to repair. As this house PvP is stupid, to be honest. You have to wait for TC. That's the whole point of TC, man. The whole point of TC. Where you been? Where you been? It's the whole point. It's the whole point of TC. Can let us in on some vision of melee combat in the future? Is VR a possibility? VR is a possibility, yes. We have just briefly played around with it. There's great support in Unreal Engine 5. What's missing though, obviously, for our game to make it work is, first of all, making sure UI renders correctly on your screen, so you can see everything correctly and play the game correctly. So that would be the first step, to render everything correctly so you can see what's necessary. But that doesn't mean that you can run around with the controllers and swing with your arms at that point. That's more, you're still playing mouse keyboard, but you can still utilize the VR rendering and, you know, move your head, look over your shoulders without actually moving your body, which actually are a small bonus. Running one direction while looking behind you, really cool. I was chased by a troll once in VR, and I was looking behind me when running, and that was a holy shit moment, I can tell you that. So, and we're quite sure there will be a really awesome opportunity for players to enjoy the first-person immersiveness level of just enjoying the world in VR, sitting down and relax and having table games, communication at the tavern and so on. So I think there will be a lot of cool, you know, just tie that with VoIP, and it's just an awesome experience, right? There's so much fun having with VoIP already. So I think there will be some cool stuff going on there for those that are interested. Maybe a little bit more difficult in running around in a fight. It's a little bit more strain on your eyes and so on, but obviously that's up to anyone. So we don't have a high prioritized order right now to add a support for it, but we do plan to do it absolutely sometime after Epic Games. The question is when. Again, if there's a huge interest in it, and you know, we may crank it up on that prioritized order of lists. Henrik Berding game when? I can't say when. I keep asking, but I really want to know, will there be new design for armor and weapons? Yes, there will be. So we only added a fraction of our armor and weapons so far. There is a whole shit army of weapons and armory that we plan to add over time. We have a good amount right now, and the balance is somewhat okay. So we don't really want to rush to add more at this point. We have 3 sets of clothing that we plan to add for the Epic release, at least, to give more of the citizens commons and starting clothing. Nice clothing. But yeah, that could be one of those things also on the roadmap, voting that, okay, now the community wants more armor types or weapon types. If that's the case, we may bump that. We have an insane list of that types of content that we want to add. The question is when. And since we're still around 40 developers, we can only do so much focus at one time. We can't spread them out all on different things. So, but hopefully we will be able to continue to grow the team and work more simultaneously on more of those things at the same time and give it to the game. VR would be the meta. I would play that. I think there will be a lot of cool, fun moments, especially for those that obviously have VR. More gets VR nowadays. It's quite demanding on the hardware and quite expensive, but there's coming more and more, and the price going down. So eventually we can all enjoy some of that. I think there's a lot of room for it to play around with in Model 9. And there could also be a lot of cases where, you know, you may want to switch it off for various reasons. But I absolutely think there will be some interesting component with it. Will UF5 update have updated textures? Everything won't change with Unreal 5, no. There will be a different types of lighting and shadow system. We'll be able to use nanites, lumens. There will be huge updates in some of our texture work and biomes in the world that will run better, use less memory, look better in many cases. And there will be some options depending on what hardware you have. We don't want to force everyone to go next-gen hardware only because we're updating to Unreal 5. So if you have some next generation hardware, you will be able to enjoy Lumen stuff as an options. But if you are running older hardware, you may not want to enable these options because it's gonna take quite a few FPS depending on your hardware. Let me jump down a little bit more. I'm quite behind, I think, here again. And when game is in sub status, do you think there will be weekly rewards or monthly or season pass? Weekly rewards? What do you mean with weekly rewards when sub is active? I don't really see a reason for season pass because it's not that type of game, right? All you need is an active subscription, an active account, and you have all access you will ever have in the game. Same for everyone. What we will offer is obviously packages, right? So if you know this is a game you enjoy, you play it a lot, you may want to commit to a 6-month or even a year commitment, and you will obviously get more discounts by committing like that rather than just just want to have 1 month or commit 1 month at a time, because I'm sure you will have those different options. I assume lots of new weapons armor will be found in upcoming continents, right? Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a set of baseline added along with a new civilization, a new continent, right? So that's also why it takes quite a lot of time. We could just add a new continent today and it's empty, or revisit by the same creature as we have on Milan. Obviously that wouldn't be very exciting, right? Just more land. Obviously if we need more land quickly, that is something that could be done quite quickly. But it makes more sense obviously to have, if we're talking about Sardica, it should have those cities that are already mentioned in the lore and we have for Mortal Online, and along with that continent there are whole new types of creatures also that is the habitant of the hot continent of Sardica. And yeah, there are different styles, new armor types and weapons, just like we did in the first game. So yeah, along with every new continent there will be new batch of Clade inspired stuff also. Is there a bard class or bard magic I can learn? Not yet, Jack Trades. We have Ecumenical, which is like a starting school that have some good support things, healing, some good burst damage spells, some tactical spells. Then we have a Spiritism, which allows you to resurrect the dead. You can enter the spirit world, harvest spirits, and do stuff like that. You can become a necromancer that raises the dead and have some cool spells to your as an option. And then the latest school we're adding right now is Elementalism. You can master the 4 elements, which allows you to build your spells and shoot some very specific server rule spells that is quite different compared to the other magic schools we have so far. But Bard is one of the magic schools we have planned for. We have 13 or 14 magic schools planned for the future. Bard is one of them. And you will be able to vote on the next magic school after Elementalism is fully delivered. It's a huge school. Elementalism is almost like 3 to 5 magic schools in one, because it has so many different types of groups and functions in it. So you'll be able to vote on the next one after that. Henrik, for your fault, I started to say chickaboom to my wife. it's a good word. It fits a lot, right? It fits a lot. Let me be a bard. I recite poetry as we stride into battle. We do have some famous bard in our game already. Thumbberry, are you in here, my friend? One of the most famous bard. He done a few bard battle and humiliated the enemies, like stealing cannon from kids. Was an epic encounter. Obviously, he don't have the magical effect of it, but he has the vocal effect of it so far. And I'm way behind again. I will scroll down a little bit more now. Thumbberry, there he is. Bard is called harmonism in MO2. Correct. We don't call it bard. We call it harmonism. Archer needs some love. Archer will get some love along with its special abilities. And that is one of the things that seems to be a thing everyone wants us to focus on after this roadmap. Special abilities for all weapon types. What is plan B if at Epic release server get flooded again? Temporarily back to alts when Sardica roadmap as long-term solution. We will have some specific plan B if we get way more than we can hold, that makes Q impractical or crazy, not acceptable. We'll have a specific plan B there that allows everyone to play, even we are full. We will have more details on that later. Thumberry the greatest. Indeed, he done many great bard tunes, tales, or whatever you call them, for various groups and players in the game. I don't know if you've done one about me. Have you, Thumberry? Thumberry? Yes, we melee would love some love. Indeed, now Magic is getting a lot of options, obviously. Melee, footy, archery is getting a little bit behind, slowly but steady, so it's time to give them additional tactical options and cool stuff to play around with. So what's the plan B? The plan B will be more clear when we know the exact numbers of Milan capacity, and those numbers hopefully are extremely impressive. I won't say what we're speculating at right now, and we need more tests and data and numbers, and we will build the plan B around those numbers. I feel like MO2 only problem is the engine and networking. Your design and mechanics are great, but the relationship with the mechanic and the engine seems to suffer so much. I would agree more in the past, but not as much now. There are very specific reasons of why some of the issues happens as of late, and you know, we don't want to sit here and point fingers and make excuses. So you know, obviously we can understand if people think that is still the case, but we would obviously hope that people also see more over time now that our network is one of a kind. It's unique. It's built around this type of unique gameplay that you can't do in other games, or there is nothing like it. Just how it is. We recently reached some very impressive networking numbers. World's largest render vision on players. World's largest battles ever seen with this type of level, visual level, and also real-time traced combat, magic, archery, everything in that. There's nothing like it. I've never seen an MMO surpassing those numbers that we have reached lately, and we're not done yet. We're gonna go even farther, and it's, you know, in one world. And like I said, we were gonna see more what numbers we're landing on when it comes to this land space for Milan, which will be a threshold for all the continents pretty much. The engine were more problems in the old engine, and hopefully will be less in Unreal 5 as well. There's a few things that we benefit from moving forward in Unreal Engine 5. So not that much anymore, I would say. We just need to sort the current issues and bugs, and I think everyone will be able to fully enjoy Multiline 2 as a one-of-a-kind game. Nothing get close to it, currently at least. Dragon's going to be a thing. Björn plays. Yes, it's gonna be a thing. When is another question. Call out Thumberry. Crossbows is one of the weapon groups we want to add. Yes, again, the community gonna have a big hand in what is coming on the next roadmap. So that's gonna be exciting to pick those candies. What do you want? That's gonna be candy. Candy stowaway. 15k on Milan. You think that is a practical number? That is quite a lot for the land space. Already now with 2,000 something, there's a lot of action left and right, up and down. I think 15k will be too much of a population for a sized continent that Milan is. 2k players is cap? What? You think 2k is cap for Milan? You don't think there should be more? Or what do you mean? Geho. I absolutely think Milan fit more players than 2.3k that we have now. I think we can stretch that quite a bit without it feeling too flooded and crowded, so you can't really enjoy whatever you want to do. But I absolutely think we can get more than what we have now before it's feels, okay, now we really need to spread them on another continent. Oh, 2-player cap? I don't think that's what he said. What am I missing now? No, there's no 2K player cap. There's no cap whatsoever. We haven't gone close to our current cap when it comes to server performance. What we are looking at is more, we wonder what is a good number before it feels bad for the players. As in, okay, it's too much players anywhere. You can't really do anything because everything is too populated. That's the question for the size map of Milan. I wonder if we are talking around 4, 5, 5,000. I wonder if that's when it starts to feel, okay, now there's people everywhere. Do you recommend Plan B? Pretty sure Planet Side 2 got ya beat. No, again, Planet Side is a completely different game. First of all, there was quite a limitation on the zones. It's not one world, as you knew. I played Planet Side 1, which I thought was an even better game than Planet Side 2. Second thing is, you just do a trace. That's it. There's no armors, no traces, no calculation, no nothing. You just do a hit scan, and that's it. To shoot someone. There's nothing else to do in Planet Side other than drive a vehicle and shoot, and that's it. So it's like comparing an apple with a car, you know. And also the visuals, we are greatly surpassing their details when it comes to visuals. If you take a look at our character system, and I don't know the performance currently because it was a long time I played it. If you play with PlanetSide 2 with 450 players on the screen, how is that running today? Does someone know that can enlighten me how that runs as of today? I mean, 2K not enough. No, of course not. We're gonna surpass 2K for sure. 5, 6K will start to feel crowded. Yeah, it feels like most people think somewhere around 4 to 6K it may be becoming too crowded and we need additional continents. $4K at the most if Qatar and other region are given the same level of love as... Yeah, there would be more love in the southern areas for sure. And yeah, like I said, I think also something around 4 or 5K could be a sweet spot before it feels too crowded. Yeah, there will be more wildlife points of interest and hotspots spread out in a good way to spread the population. Yeah, absolutely. Along with TC, especially Epic Game Patch, you will see additional things spread across to spread people also and give more options, along with more players on Milan. PlanetSide 2 FPS is not good. Yeah, that's what I guessed, but I don't want to say if I don't know, right? There's not 450 people playing it. So Mortal surpassed it greatly then also in large-scale battles. That's what I was guessing when comparing the data more. I mean, we don't have great FPS when 450 people running in one big battle. That's for sure. But the server handle it and it freaking works extremely well. We do need to optimize the performance, the FPS performance, to make that more enjoyable. That's for sure. But I've never seen that detail of level in any MMO currently that supports a battle of 450 players on the screen without network lagging, etc. And we don't have that, so that's very impressive. Henrik, can you please send a huge kiss to Farmer Joe and the gang? They did an amazing job this week. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We will. Middle bank is horrid with 20 people and horses. Lol, make that 200. Yeah, you know, obviously with TC, more people can live out in their own cities. So hopefully the current cities won't be as crowded. We need to spread them around. 45k people will made towns and it will be epic. Yeah, I think that's a good number. More water, please. Yeah, my throat is not 100. If there's a moment where we have 2 to 3 continents and 14, 15k players, how would you deal it if at any given moment half of the players decide to reside in the same continents? So obviously a little bit similar as in many games that have suffered from that syndrome, that yes, it's up to the players, right, to know where to go. And if they plan to, we want to meet here now, let's create some chaos and wreck performance, then exactly that's what's going to happen. And I think, you know, obviously there's one option for us to say that, okay, you can't go there right now because there's a limitation, and try to explain that in a in-game way. That's something we want to avoid, obviously, but that could always be some kind of upper threshold when we know that, okay, you can go here now, but there's gonna be lag. There may be some delay and you may have bad FPS, but you can still go there and participate in whatever that is. And then if even more 1,000 players want to go there and do that, that's maybe when we are forced to say, you can't really go there right now because you got sick as hell and need to lay down. I don't know. But obviously that's something we need to consider to make sure that we don't just wreck the gaming experience in that area or continent. So we have to see. Obviously, we make sure that there's always some valuable and excitement to be spread out on all of them. Hopefully, all players won't decide to just go to one, right? But yeah, there will, you know, similar to EVE Online, there's been problem even as of late today when huge alliances says, let's go there, we're gonna war, then, you know, things gets affected. And there may be some lag and FPS issues, but it's one of the challenge. And it's also something that the players have to choose and commit to, that, you know, you could get killed because now you're running around with poor FPS and it's not the best situation to fight in. It could, you know, eliminate your survival success, and that's maybe good enough incentive to not go there. I don't know. How many players do you need to sub to break even? I don't know exactly where we're standing right now. Our old numbers were around 7,000 or so. Around that number. So a large amount of player support to keep things running at the minimum is needed. And that's not really counting any sales. And we always have sales on a daily basis also. But yeah, somewhere roughly around those numbers currently. Your tummy starts to ache. Please visit the Fathom Hospital. Is the game going to be optimized further? Getting many lag spikes still? Yeah, absolutely. We are already working heavily on FPS optimization worldwide. Taking a step over to Unreal 5, that's when we have all those areas we plan to cover, hopefully, mostly. Two things, overall FPS and the big stuttering you notice when you're traveling in the world. It's a level streaming stutter, and it can even freeze your CPU and the whole game for brief moments. Quite annoying and not very good when it's under a fight. Those two we are battling hard when we step over to the Unreal 5 patch. So you should notice overall FPS improvement and way less of those stutters. That's the plan, and that's what we've been working on for a while now. this will be a huge game changer. It should be the next patch, right? You won't release the rest of Elementals, right? So we are working on the upcoming groups for Elementalism, and we will add them whenever we feel that, okay, it's ready. We add it. There's no set date. It could be any time, along with small fixes and polish. We don't want to build up on fixes and polish and including that kind of content only to push it all for TC patch. The next main patch, content main patch, is TC, yes. But we are most likely adding a few small ones with some minor polish, minor updates, and possible some spells, groups. Sounds good. Any estimated time period for that Unreal 5 update? No, we don't have an official date, only internal that we're working towards. When we get closer, we're going to show you more. We're going to do some streaming sneak peeks and prepare a little bit of that incredible moments. And then we will hit it sometime after. The game has improved so much since release. It runs much smoother, and I'm confident it will run even better in Unreal 5. Good job, Star Wars. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's no doubt. Obviously, the game have gone far so far. We have a set amount of bugs that we still absolutely need to solve before we hit the Epic Game release also. But yeah, there's several amount of areas of improvement. Cities improvement, we already made huge work in some of the cities. That makes a huge difference, both memory-wise and FPS-wise. And you're gonna notice it when we deploy those. So yeah, overall better FPS, way less stuttering when loading the world running around. So overall that should obviously everyone benefit from. And then if you have the juice, if you have the next generation hardware, you can enable those super eye candy functions such as lumens and such to make it look insane. Can you show us Unreal 5 demo? Not yet. I plan to do it quite soon when I have something more prepared for it. I only showed a few screenshots so far with an early comparison from what we have today to Unreal 5, and already there it looks really nice. But I plan to show some of that and some TC in some in upcoming streams. Give all the lumens. They showed Unreal 5 demo some time ago. It was pretty good. Yeah, exactly. Any thoughts on the release of TC since other MMOs such as Throne and Liberty is expecting to release in the next 2 months? Also Diablo 4 release coming up as well, might draw players away. I mean, obviously there will always be every now and then some big games that a lot of people enjoy trying out and playing. That's quite unavoidable. But Mortal 2 is unique. It's a one-of-a-kind. I mean, I was hyped for Diablo 3 even. You know, I was a Diablo fan, Diablo 1 and 2. I was so sad and depressed after I played Diablo 3. And then somehow I got some hype and hope up for Diablo 4 this time around. And then I saw they had the same shit in the game. Those freaking disc balls and WoW content and pay to win and crap. No, please, what the hell are they doing? They had an amazing game and they're just stepping further and further away from it. So I sadly don't have too much hope for Diablo 4. I hope I'm wrong that it can be enjoyable for a Diablo game. But until then, Path of Exile is the winner in my book, at least. If that's the game someone want to play. But it's so different from Mortal 9, right? I mean, you can get your Diablo fix, Path of Exile fix, but you also may want to have your Mortal fix, which is a long-term, persistent enjoyment that is never ending in terms of evolving and expanding and growing. So yeah. But yeah, obviously there will be hits when, oh shit, a new cool game, hype, everyone wanna try it. We may see some players drop away for a while, but usually they come back. I mean, we have had ups and downs in Mortal 9 during the different phases we've been in, and right now we're on the up and rising, and that's awesome and exciting to see. Even before these big components that everyone wants and have been asking for. So I think many are preparing for it, which is cool to see. But yeah, this is just the beginning. There will be more exciting content that no other game has. So I'm quite sure there are room for one-of-a-kind game next to many other games. 2 hours, 30 minutes. Thank you, Anuxa. I'm 30 minutes past my goal today. So that's a good call, thank you. I think that is a good timing then to wrap it up for today's stream. As I'm a 2 fan, I love it. I played with my little brother and my girlfriend. My life is solid. Also played MO1. That is awesome to hear. Ezor TV. Do you stream? I recognize your name for sure. Didn't you used to stream it? I don't think I've seen you stream it now. Thanks for the stream and courage to you and the team in battling DDoS. Thank you very much, Bold Rover. Yeah, Diablo 4 gonna be trash. We're so desperate they're giving out free coupons for it at KFC. We will see, right? We will see. Hope to see any improvement with pet pathing soon. Small is better than none. Yep. Mazura TV is a new mortal streamer, alright? Nice meeting you, sir. Thank you and your crew for what you do. Thank you, Kaleno. Is you ready? Celtic defense. We need a chicka boom before you go. Chicka boom before you go. You're doing great, Henrik. Huge improvement in MMO2 compared to MO1. It's in almost all aspects. Thank you. I fully agree. I did not stream. I'm a shy person. You probably see me killing some people in game. Maybe that's the case then. Thanks for the work. See you next week. Ezrat, you're probably thinking of. Yeah. That maybe Ezrat I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's probably that. That's true. It's our weekly stream, eh? Chicka boom. All right, let's pull up who is streaming. We got a few here. I will do the traditional votes and I will follow your votes. It's that simple. Wow. Where the hell is the... Alright, let's see. You can vote. One moment. Let's see. Who do we have more? Trying to pick a few random ones that I haven't seen that much of, so you can and a final would be let's pick this one perhaps. All right, I can only do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options, I guess. 1 minute, cast your votes, and I will rate. Guys, I think okay, bidding should be in the game. Seems like people won't be able to siege in there. Yes, you will be able to siege in caves because this is the underground, the underdark. You will be able to travel the world under the surface. That doesn't mean it's a dungeon. There are specific dungeons, obviously, with specific rules, but there will be huge areas of underdark worlds that you can live in, build cities, and siege. Sorry. We are actually on any notes. If you tune in, I missed to change it to the ending notes. So we're actually doing the raid. Let's vote. Okay, sweet. So I'll be able to siege in there. Yes, for sure. You'll be able to siege any building constructed. Check your DM live stream. All right. Let's see. So Avira TV it is. Avira TV. All right. Let's raid Avira TV. She's a really good Mortal player. I've seen her stream a lot. And she knows her way around in Mortal 9 too, that's for sure. Always nice to see what she's up to in Mortal. Alright. Anuxa, thank you for stream, Henrik. Have a good week. Hope you guys are able to get some sleep with all that bullshit going on. Thank you very much. Absolutely. We will get there, no doubt. And we're doing great progress. And with your support, we will do everything here to deliver the best Sandbox MMO in all time. And we are on a good pace on hitting that and delivering that for sure. Let me find... thanks, King Henrik. Thanks, Lunison. Let me find the raid button. All right, Avira TV. It is. So follow her and show her some support. She's an awesome MMO streamer. And I will want to thank you all for tuning in today, asking your questions, donations, subscriptions, and all of that. Much love from us to you guys. We appreciate it. And I will see you the next stream. Have a good night, and all right, here we go. Bye bye.